Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Writer Psalms, right? And yeah, I guess the year is ending. It's been a very long year, but finally here we are in December, preparing for 2026. Ooh. Yeah, it's been a great year, very hard one, inspiring one, nice experiences. I guess you've had one too. Yeah. All right, so I want to make an introduction, right? Before we get into our conversations almost every time, I would want to share something with you, like maybe a quotation. So I came to Ghana from Namibia as a student, graduated this year. And when I was coming, my church in Namibia gave me a book, right? This is it. Very nice book. So from KICC Namibia to Derek, yeah, and I'm very grateful for this book. It has been of great help to me. Yeah, so I would want to share with you, a few of the quotations that are in it. It's full of quotations, like Bible quotations, quotations about anger, death, enemies, eternal life, failure, faith, fatigue, fear, and a lot of things in our lives, that we experience as Christians, and what quotations can help us, motivate us, and keep us on a journey, right? Okay, so today we are off, but I just introduced the book, so henceforth we'll get quotation before we start our conversation. All right, so I think it's been a very long time, but today we would have a conversation about my educational testimonies, right? When I say educational testimonies, I mean the successes and the failures throughout my academic life, right? That is what we'll be talking about today. Like I said, I'll be sharing with you, bits about my life, and when it gets to the point that we have to we'll educate ourselves. Yeah, but now we are talking about things that I've been through academically, right? Okay, sure. So let's get into it. I think, would I say I'm a good student? all right, so I think if you know me, you know what I can do, right? But being a good student is pretty much relative, depending on the kind of school you went to, where you passed, the kind of people you met, but if you are good, you are good. The exams and your mind shows it, right? So I would say I'm okay as a student. I'm okay, so that nobody will be expecting anything anything too serious from me. All right, so I had my early childhood school days from school, Mountain Zion Preparatory. Yeah. One school in a just Zongo. That is where I was brought up. So I went to Mountain Zion, and then I think from the lower primary I moved to Sacred Heart RC. Yeah, I told her senior. But I think initially I wanted to go to Christian Preparatory. Yeah. That around Bomso. Yeah, but I couldn't get a chance. Yeah. So I went to Mount Zion, and then from there I went to Sacred Heart for my junior high school, right? Yeah, so I think my first experience was having to write an entrance exam before you get a chance into that school. Those days most of the private schools had lower primary, so when you finish you would have to go and write an exam to get into a junior high school, and they normally did an entrance exam. Yeah, so I was supposed to go to junior high school 1, like JHS 1, that is what we called it. But I think after the exam I did well. Like I was part of the top 5 people. Yeah, I did very well. but I was too small. You can imagine. I was very small, like very small. So I think the then headmistress, I've forgotten her name. She took me to Form 1, but that class was grown-ups everywhere, grown, and she was like, they will bully me. They will bully me. I was too small, right? So she took me back a year. I was like, nah, I shouldn't have accepted this, but I was scared to. I don't know why my mom agreed. Maybe she felt like I still had time. Yeah, but I mean, so I went to Sacred Heart, wrote my BEC 2012. Yes, and I didn't like my results, not at all. I didn't like okay, I think I didn't like it because I didn't like the school I got with the results, right? I won't disclose the school. You will laugh at me. I won't disclose the school. But unfortunately, I didn't even check the school myself. Somebody that sat behind me during the exam, so like his index number was 1, let's say above me. Am I correct? Yeah. So he made a mistake checking his school and checked mine, and then came to tell me. I was like, why would you check my school? I've not even checked. Yeah, so I got very discouraged. I didn't go to that school. But as young as I was, I felt like there was more I could do, seriously, because I felt I was a good student and I could do better and maybe get a better school. So I decided I would write the exam all over, right? To cut it short, I wrote the exam again with Great Future Leaders Educational Complex. I remember that school very, very much. Oh, yeah, at Domiabra. So I went there and I wrote the BEC again. Got a single number. Yeah, got a single number and got Prempeh College. The best college in the whole of West Asia. Yeah, in the whole of West Africa. Yes. And completed 2016. Came to stay home 1 year. And then got admission into KNUST to read BSc Real Estate, a program I didn't even know anything about. But I think through my childhood education till university, it had been by God's grace. Most of my experiences, especially with regards to exam, I wouldn't say I've been, or I was too much of a brilliant student, but I think I was disciplined. That is what I would say. Like the times that you would think, oh, everybody should be sleeping, maybe I will be learning. Yeah, maybe discipline kept me up to this far, because I've met a lot of brilliant students, an amazing, brilliant students, right? But by God's grace, I tend to be positive with my output, right? Yeah, so I think from getting admission into tech, started first year, did my best. Second year, third year, did my best. Definitely you would have rough times, like rough times. There are times that you question your choice of program. you question your choice of program because now you're thinking, did I like maths or I didn't like maths? What is happening? Like, I'm doing financial mathematics, I didn't do e-maths, now I'm having to read law for 4 years. A lot of things, like a lot of things. But I think real estate has been one of the programs I do not regret reading, right? I do not regret reading, not at all, because it opens your mind to a lot of fields, right? A lot of fields. Because as a business student in high school, and reading real estate, having to do surveying, having to do law, stuff that you barely heard anything about, right? The only familiar thing, like extremely familiar, was accounting, because I'm a business student. I did accounting in senior high school. and doing accounting in tertiary, wouldn't be difficult because I've done it before. But aside that, every other thing like reading, building, construction, having to draw using AutoCAD and all that, are great experiences that I had reading the program. Right, and it really opened my mind. There are a lot of things that you can do as a student reading real estate, as your undergraduate program. Yeah, so I completed KNUST 2020, 2020 with a first class. Yeah, and I say it with pride because I was doing a lot on campus. I was doing politics, I was doing music, I was playing football, I was everywhere, right? So it wasn't easy keeping up, reading and writing exam and all those things. But by God's grace, I was able to finish with a first class, and I thank God for that, right? There were a lot of impediments, really, like stuff that you never thought would happen to you. And I won't mention names, but that there are some people, even lecturers, that genuinely do not want you to get to a certain height in your academics. Yeah, and I wish I knew, I was in the moment of my prayer and all that before. A lot of things wouldn't have happened. But what can I do? I mean, by God's grace, I was able to achieve this feat. So, I mean, shame the devil, right? Yeah. So, completed 2020, did my national service 2021. I think so. A lot of struggles. Was it 2020? No, it was 2021. Yeah. Sorry. 2021. Yeah, so I completed 2021 and did my service within that time to 2022. And I think, as a teaching assistant during my service, people look up to you like, you have to travel, you have to go here, you have to go there, you have to come here, right? And sometimes the thought of having to think about what everybody is saying is very consuming, right? But again, like I always say, some of us, in yourself that what you can do is to put your head to the book, right? There's nothing wrong with that. People are blessed with different things, and I think that if you realize that you are good with books and it would help you, stick to it. Sometimes we play along with this quote of education is the key and the key is missing, and seriously, if you are able to study, please go on and study. It is not easy. Nobody is saying it's easy, and it's as if it's a cast in stone that when you finish school, success will be waiting for you or something. No, but I think that education, opens a lot of opportunities if you take it serious, right? We'll talk about a lot of things later, as you come to my YouTube almost every time. We'll talk about a lot of things, but I think if you are able to study, right, don't joke with it. Continue. God will bless you. So I had the chance to get to do my master's after my national service, and I'm talking about all these because I think most of them, even all of them, right, had not been just my effort. It has been by God's grace entirely. Because seriously, there are some things that you experience when it comes to writing exams. As you think about it, this is not normal. I would share a few. Like, let me share one in my university, and maybe share one during my master's. Yeah. So I remember we were writing a paper, right? It was law, right? I think it was law of thought. A very hard paper, like the questions were Jesus difficult. We start for the exam, and I think it was a 3-hour paper. We started the work. I started writing. We're writing. Under 1 hour, I had finished. So like, with these questions, I thought I read some difficult questions here. How am I able to finish? So I finished. So I was seated. Normally, I wouldn't submit my paper before the time for the paper is over. I won't do that. So that day, it was like that. I still sat there, read through, and was tired. So I just sat there with my paper, not knowing somebody behind me, right, while I was reading through my papers, was busy. You get what I mean? It was busy looking on my paper from my back. I didn't see. So one of the invigilators came to take my paper, and then took it to one of the assistant lecturers, right, like teaching assistants of that program. And then the teaching assistant wrote on it that I was copying, like with a black pen. And I understand that, I mean, if you went to tech and they write on your paper with a black pen that you copied, you know what it means, right? So he said he wouldn't mark it. Didn't even ask me anything. He just took my paper to the HOD's office and left it there. He won't mark it. Why was I copying? I was extremely frustrated. I finished the paper. I didn't even know what to do, because I thought, this is the paper I've been getting A from first year. How am I copying? So fast forward, I left. I couldn't see anything. I was like, well, anything that would happen should happen. We'll see what we'll do after. So I called the exam supervisor, and he said, well, he was there. He saw everything that happened. He would pursue it for me. So I didn't call anybody again. Guess what? The results came. I had A. I was like, I thought this man said he wouldn't mark my paper. How am I getting an A? And even the A I got, I wasn't satisfied. I wasn't satisfied. I was like, nah, I think I could have gotten much more. A very big testimony. It would have been a very big issue. I won't mark, and maybe he would show me, or he wouldn't give me any mark, or he would take me on. Like, how do I defend myself through all these, right? But by God's grace, I was able to get an A. You can imagine. Yeah, and I thank God for that. Yeah, so I let's go to my master's, right? So I went to do my master's in Namibia University of Science and Technology. I think, well, a very nice school, nice environment, great integration of international students, a lot of opportunities, very nice country. Yeah, so I'll be sharing, a lot of videos and experience I had in the country, like, very soon. So it was a full-time research program, right? So we're writing, and then at the end of the program, you have two examiners: an internal examiner who is your supervisor, and then an external examiner. And most often, you know how external examiners, they react, right? Very tough, not wanting to give a lot of marks and all that. So I think our supervisor told us that he would give us 80 because he knows that the work we did was a very good one. But he is not sure of what the external invigilators will give, because most often, even if they will give you an A, 70, 75, yeah, thereabout. Guess what? Me, I wasn't even thinking of marks then. I just wanted to pass, right? Because you've traveled from your country to another country, spent 2 years working, and what you wouldn't want to hear is that you failed, or you maybe have to get an extension to do the program again, which would have been troubling. But we went through the writing, a lot of conferences, a lot of meetings, up to oral presentation of our thesis, right? Had a very nice, smooth ones. Yeah. God is just good, right? I can say that out of the people that did the program, maybe the top two, I wasn't the best one. My work wasn't entirely the best one, right? But guess what God did? I got 81 from the external. Was it 81? 81 from the external examiner. Wow. And my supervisor was like, this is the first time he is seeing an external examiner give marks more than the internal examiner. I sat there looking at the marks, and I was crying. I was like, Lord, you really, really love me. And some of these experiences, I don't know what I did to earn them. I don't think I mean, I know if you work hard you will pass. I pretty much understand, right? But it's a testimony because it is sometimes not what you think your effort got you, right? Sometimes it is not what your mind could write. It's never about what your mind could write. It's about what grace and favor was on your path. And I think from my basic school till now, most of the things I've passed through academically have just been grace, right? It has just been grace. Because if not by the grace of God, most of the successes wouldn't come like this. It wouldn't come like this. So you can imagine, I finished a master's program with an extension. Right? And I am grateful. I think one of the highlights, like in terms of what I may term as failure, that I may want to point out, that I mean, not everybody would have a smooth academic life, definitely, is when I had to rewrite my BEC, because I think at that young age I didn't know what it meant by redoing, right? And I know most of the times it is parents that will say, we don't want these results, we don't want you to go to this school, so maybe write again. But my mom and dad were willing to take me to any school I wanted to. But I was like, no, Derek, this is not the results you wanted, and you can do better. So it was a personal decision to do it. Even though it was difficult for my parents to understand, I was able to convince them to let me write again. And I don't know what kind of mental fortitude I had to say I want to write again, because clearly I was a young boy. What did I know about fighting? Right? But I chose it, and it turned out to be good. So what maybe friends and people around thought it was failure, like, we're all going to school, even people that you were better than are going to school. Why are you staying home to write again? But never. I knew that God has a lot in store for me. And if I couldn't get it then, I can get it later, right? And later meant that I had to make the decision of facing the fight one more time, right? So that is not a long video. This is supposed to be short. I hope it is short. But I just want to say that in everything you do academically, fight harder, right? Whether you are in junior high school, you are in senior high school, you are in the university, you are planning to do a master's, what I would say is that do it, and do it wholeheartedly, right? Sometimes it is more than achievement for your parents and people around you. It's an achievement for yourself, right? So don't give up. Do not give up. Search on, and know that based on the things that you do for yourself, God will bless you so much, right? Okay, so I think we would end it here. Let me hear from you from the in the comment section. Sorry, in the comment section. Let me hear from you. What experiences have you had academically? Right, and how do you know me academically? Yeah, I'm asking you, how do you know me academically? Whether you knew me from basic school, junior high, senior high, or university. Do you think I was a good student? All right, so I'll leave you here. We will meet in my next video, but please subscribe. Right, subscribe. You will see the button down there. Please click on it. All right, please click on it. I'm begging you, click on it. See you next time. God bless you.